Well, hi, welcome to our show. Marilyn will be right with us. She needs to be at the end of my arm. I'm coming. I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh, hey, how you doing? Three, Billy Goat's Gruff is a very famous old story. Read a couple of things about it. One authentic authenticator said it's from Norway, and the other one said it was from England. So this one is from my studio. And it's a take on that story, which has a very strong message about greed. Not yours, not mine, but the troll who lives under the bridge and is so demanding. What we've done for today is to take a very famous characters that live in my space. And that would be Mrs. Goose. Oh, she wants to say something too, so I'll let her. Mrs. Goose and her child, young Goose, or Goose 2. And then we needed a tiny little one. So I thought, so you could tell the story on your own, you could make one with me. And so I've done one in advance, but I also want to show you what I've done. Okay? All you need for this is an old glove. And I have this one. And note that it's already been used and used and used. And you have the potential for 5 finger puppets. So we're going to only need one. And the stuff around is easy enough to get. I don't want you to go out and then find a pair of gloves and then destroy them without asking. So maybe you have an old pair, or maybe like me, by this time in winter, because it's already end of February, I've already lost many pairs of gloves. So take the one, I'd only lose one. That would be cool if I lost both of them, but I only lose one. So what I've done with this orange reddish work glove is to remove one of its little fingers and have an instant finger puppet. If you want to get really crazy, you could draw the eyeballs on it. Or you might have a couple of beads around. I have these around because it's what I do. And glue them on, sew them on if you're so inclined. And then, of course, you could do it one way or the other. So what I did for the one I'm going to use today was I took one of these. I made a cut a tiny little piece of pie. This is called a cosmetic puff. I think that's its name, sponge. Needless to say, I use it for puppets, not for cosmetology. And you got a beak for your bird. It's just a little tiny triangle, piece of pie almost. And then you glue it on your bird. Show it a little closer there for you. See? Now that looks like a bird because what do birds all have? Beaks. I knew you'd know that. And then you glue on the eyes on one side here. It's hard to show you and do that at the same time because I don't have my glue gun in. And it's not like I left home without it because I'm home. So let me show you what happens if you take these 4 ingredients and cook up a tiny little puppet. Now you can make the whole story out of these, except the concept is that there are 3 different sizes. In the original story, 3 billy goats gruff. We have the tiny goat, mm-hmm, and then we have the medium-sized goat, and then we have the great big goat. But our characters are geese, because that's what I have, not goats. And here's the baby. I made it out of these things. Mm-hmm. Can't fly unless I learn to fly by the end of the program, and between you and me, it's not going to happen. Although I could get in a plane. Nah, never mind. Let me just clean up my space, which is what we like to do, and get it ready to tell a story. The story, as I said to you earlier, is an old classic story and has been used in many different ways. And if you want to read the original, which I highly applaud, do it. 3 billy goats gruff. But our story, well, we need a few things. First, we need a raging river. How does a river rage? So we're going to take a piece of blue. Raging, look at how raging that river is. We're going to put it down here. Yep. What goes over a raging river? So you can get from one side to the other? A bridge. So I made you a bridge. Here it is. Bridge over the raging river. And it's going to just sit up here. Do you need a bridge? No, you don't, but it is fun to have a bridge in your house. If you play bridge, it's even better. So let's see. Oh, you need a troll. So what are we going to use for our troll? Do you eat oatmeal? Mm-hmm. If you eat oatmeal, empty the box. If you don't eat oatmeal, don't buy it. Oh, I eat oatmeal. So healthy. And I've used him in a story before. You may recognize him. He lived on the end of a journey for our friend Max, the wild one. So I made him, well, first he was a wildman, and now he's the troll. I like to think he's a hungry troll, which is what makes him meaner. You could eat your. No, you're not. Go down. The troll is going to appear as our characters go over the bridge to get to the other side. All right, let's start this one out. Could you help me out here? 4 famous words. Once upon a time. A little louder. Thank you. There were a little goose. The little goose was climbing up the bridge and over the raging river to go to the other side of the bridge and go up the hill and have food and make himself very, 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 very fat, because that's what everyone likes to do. As he was about to cross over the river, up popped the troll. Where are you going? I'm going up to the hill to eat and get big and fat. You look juicy enough for me. I think I'm going to eat you up. This is my bridge, and I get to do whatever I want. Oh, don't eat me up. You don't want to eat me up and spoil your appetite. Spoil my appetite for what? Why, my brother is coming next, and he's much bigger and juicier than me. All right, if you think that's a wise idea. Oh, I do. Wait for my brother. Much, much, much more tasty than me. So the troll let the little goose go by and go up to eat and fatten himself up. The troll hit one more time, waiting for the bigger brother to come. And he did. Up came the bigger goose up the side of the hill, bridge, and crossing over when all of a sudden the troll popped up. Little goose was right. This one looks bigger and fatter and juicier. Well, the goose shook in the goose's footsteps. He said, what do you want to do with me? I'm going to eat you up. Oh, why would you want to do that? Because I am the troll, and this is my bridge, and you are looking juicy and yummy to me. Oh, well, that's very complimentary, I'm sure, but I'm going up the hill to fatten myself up so I can be fatter and bigger and juicier. Maybe I should wait till he comes back. No. I don't think you should wait for me. What do you mean? I think you should wait for my much bigger, rounder, fatter sister. She would be a whole and complete meal just for you. You have a bigger, fatter sister? Oh, yes, I do. You would like her very much. I don't have to like her. I just want to eat her up. Well, suit yourself, but could you move aside so I could go up across the bridge and go to the hill? Well, all right, but you say your sister is coming? Oh, for sure. So off went the second goose, and the troll waited not so patiently. But when he saw the goose coming, he hid, because this was a very, very, very big goose. Matter of fact, this goose was so big, she could barely get up the side of the bridge. Oh, the troll was so excited. Just imagine, enough to eat for a week and a day. So up came the silly goose. Not so gruff. No, not the troll. Wait here. Okay. The troll popped up. Who goes across my bridge? Well, I do. And who are you? I am the biggest goose of all. Ha! Not too big for me to eat up. And where do you think you're going? I'm going up to the top of the hill to eat and join my brother and sister. Really? you're going up to the top of the hill and eat some more? Look at you already. You're almost as big as me. Well, actually, I'm bigger than you. No, you're not bigger than me. I'm the troll, and I'm big and mean, and I'm going to eat you up. And with that, the biggest goose of all rose to her complete and full height, and she took her very sharp beak and pounced that troll on top of the head. And then she did it again. Bump, 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 until the troll ran off screaming, "Help, help, help, they're after me. 3 silly goats, not so gruff, they say, but I think they're pretty gruff at all. Bump, bump, bump." Huh. Now, Mrs. Goose climbed up that hill, and she joined her brother and sister. And they ate and ate and ate until they were too full to move. And then they rested and went back home over a bridge no longer guarded by that gruff old troll. So the story is really quite simple. When you are offered something and then tempted by something else, think before you make your decision. Greed is never good. So I'm going to remove this bridge to use it in other stories. And then I'm going to say thank you for coming. And thank you to the Mentor Project, who helps us hear stories we can learn from and make stuff from. So who knows? On your walk today over the bridge, be very careful. Look both ways before you cross. Who knows what's on the other side? A blessing on you and all those geese. Oh, but by the way, you may see some flying overhead because it's getting time. They will be coming back and maybe sitting in your backyard. And that, my friends, is